This week's video, the ultimate wealth management performance report and review format.
We're going to cover with you McGowan Group's evolution of scientific performance tracking and decision improvement.
Yes, and the client portal, along with the numbers that you want to go over in the review to help you make great decisions in the year ahead. Welcome to the August 10th, 2026 Advanced Report. I'm joined by Alex Tolene, radiating excellence and brilliance. The topic today, the ultimate wealth management performance report that we've evolved over a 3-decade period. And this is the state of the art for performance tracking, client portal access. Alex, take it away.
Well, I want to start with a question, right?
Yes, sir.
Because when the practice got started in 1986, and you have a great story on how you decided to do performance tracking. What year was that, and what prompted you to get there?
Okay. Well, Papa Dean had like the meanest assistant ever in the office. She was mean. And I'm just a little bitty guy out of college, right? And so I would go to her and I'd say, I got this client coming in. Can you do that performance report? Now that consisted of statement, and to do the interval deposit, and then a dot matrix printout of deposits and withdrawals. So where you started, right?
Yep.
Plus what you added or took out is your dollar basis, and then you have profit or lack thereof, right? To get to the ending number. Well, a pretty simple equation, except if I want to do that for 5 year, 1 year, year to date, 1 month, right? Well, she finally just got so mad at me, she didn't want to do it. So I go to the branch manager and I said, hey, this is the software that will actually show clients exactly how they perform.
Yeah.
He said, well, why would you want to show them? If it's bad, they'll leave. Now, this is why we're a fiduciary RIA, right? Because, I said, well, if the performance is bad, we either fix it or they should leave.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. So it's been a long journey to get where we're at today.
And the first software, I was programming it at midnight before a client review. And then I truly understood the benefits of a download.
Yeah.
And so anyway, the performance tracking started then. Advent software, which evolved to SS&C Black Diamond.
That's where we're at today.
If your wealth manager doesn't have Black Diamond, nor do they know how to use it as well as we do, then it's probably time for you to go to the McGowanGroup.com and have a little brainstorming session with the team that cares. And I'm going to walk you through all of the goodies that you get in your performance report and why it leads to better decisions and a deeper understanding of the investment process and the markets.
So I want to cover, there's 8 tiles you see on the screen here. I'm going to start at the upper left-hand side.
Okay, I'll point to them.
Yep. Activity summary, beginning value, obviously before you make a deposit, beginning value is 0. Net additions. In this case, it's a minus 1.16 million, which means we've sent them 1.16 million more than was ever deposited.
This is not a guarantee of future performance, and there were some downdrafts, which I'll show you.
That's right.
For compliance, keep the SEC happy by saying, hey, we had some big downdrafts, but in this case, the gain of 9 million, and the portfolio is now 8.168 million. Good point, Alex.
Pretty good.
So that covers your history. What percentage return is that? Well, over the life of the accounts, in this case, 25 years, 7.66 average. Now, that is representative of how we've done for the whole group of clients, and you could see that full disclosure, the McGowanGroup.com, how have our clients really done over that time period.
That's right.
And so this is not a cherry-picked case, and depending on deposits, withdrawals, preferences, safety, risk, all that, each family varies slightly from the models.
So each client has a household, which includes all of their accounts under one umbrella. We call it the Assets Under Management account.
There's the wife's IRA.
Yeah.
See, this is a sample, so the names are scrubbed for confidentiality. This is your cash allocation. You can actually click on this box. It'll show you where that $492,000 in cash is. We're obscuring this box, but thanks to a client that called last week, he said, I can't see the important part of the chart because you guys are too big. And so Preston, shout out to Preston Lane, Director of Client Relations, he put us down here and made us little bitty in that box. Anyway, projected income, dividends, and interest.
This is really important. Most people say, hey, when I retire, I just want to live off the dividends and interest. Well, at McGowan Group, we make sure that becomes a reality. And how we do that in making great decisions moving forward is by really categorizing that so we know exactly how much is coming in and when it's coming in.
We're going to get to a better pie chart of this, right? So let's move to the Ultimate Wealth Management Performance Report, right? This is an important piece. All right. There's the front page. It tells you the time period, right? And in this case, we don't always go up, but year to date is right here, 12.61. There's that 7.66 that resulted in the 9.3 million.
That's right.
And I'll show you some of the downdrafts. Last 5 years, you could say, well, you underperformed the NASDAQ.
Okay.
Yeah, right. 8.74. And the last 12 months, 15.88. So this is a good discussion because it also updates the projections in your wealth plan. Now, look at this, right?
Year over year.
Year over year, because, if we said, well, your cost basis is minus $1 million, we're no longer accountable, the $8 million client would say, that's not true.
That's right.
Right? What was my average balance? And I'll tell you what happens in like this. So this is full disclosure right here, okay?
2008.
2008, nobody wanted to buy anything. And that was a minus 29. We should have been fired here. We had a minus 3% right off the bat. It says minus $1,000. He wasn't here very long. But anyway, then we had a good 20% year. And you kind of go through these. If you want to see the real results for all the clients combined for the 1.2 billion, nearly $1 billion in profit, you can go see it. And I include the downdrafts. So let's take you through a crisis. This is why you want scientific performance tracking, right? Cumulative profit was up to 1.6 million. Portfolio goes down 29%, minus 1.1 million. Oh no, what did we do? We bought half-price bonds paying 15% interest for a big part of the portfolio.
Right.
We achieved record profitability within 9 months after the close of 2008. And that brought the portfolio to record profits right here. And there's your ending values. So that's important because it covers the whole history of the account right to where we are today.
There's also an important lesson going through that because it says, what do you own? And what we want to make sure is in a crisis, you don't have to sell great assets to survive, right? So if you were all equity going to 2008, you were back to work.
Well, we don't want that.
We don't want that. We want to get you retired and keep you retired.
Dividends, interest, and tactical safety in the allocation models. Now, this report I like. That was year over year, and this is month over month, right? Here's your cost. Are you overspending, right? If they've taken out 133, the income was 187. So if you spend less than the dividends and interest, you get to reinvest, and that leads to the growth potential. So there's the return this year. Notice, here's a down month in March. That's -2.
Yeah.
That was epic fury. And here's June being down a little bit. Well, it's good to track that because you know how to make better decisions. This is the account map.
How much is in each account? Where is it allocated? I guess we get to that in the next slide.
So IRAs, Roth IRAs, this leads to double checking the beneficiary in your review. And that leads to estate planning, tax planning. Now, I didn't have the sample in here, but this is important. This also can produce, and clients can generate it themselves.
Yep.
You go to the CPA's office, this is summer planning season. So you take your mid-year tax summary, realized gain and loss,
Right.
and not just income from the taxable accounts, but the sources and the tax character, like qualified dividends, tax less, tax exempt, straight taxable. And that way you can update your estimates for 2026.
In the platform, there's a drop-down box that allows you to generate that report on the spot.
And here, remember, not an assurance, and we use the discounted cash flow method, the total return method. These are all total returns, net after fees, that we put into the client performance report. This is the page I'm most proud of. 40 years of evolution to say, what do I want to see on my account?
That's right.
And you can generate it through the night before. Well, join us, go to themcgowangroup.com, upgrade your plan, and we look forward to delivering you the ultimate wealth management performance report. Thank you for tuning in today to Net Worth Media. We also have Apple Podcast. Simply type in Net Worth Radio and boom, it'll hit your phone right then. If you also go to networthradio.com on a browser, you're going to be able to meet the team. You can see our performance track record, the model portfolios that go with today's broadcast. Also at networthradio.com, the longer play podcast is available there as well. We're grateful that you've tuned in. Remember, when we talk about a security, it doesn't make it a recommendation for your portfolio until we actually complete a written plan for you by Zoom or in office or simply a conference call. So you reach us at networthradio.com if you want to get that arranged. Market fluctuations and how to handle them. We build high cash flow portfolios, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results, so you do have to be ready for challenging markets. We can build more cash flow during challenging markets than we can when everybody's happy and everything's up, which is when we tend to raise tactical safety. Those allocation strategies are here at networthradio.com. Thank you for tuning in.